Hickory Grove Community Church, it's Pastor John Tillman speaking. It's so good to be with you again. I have a few thoughts just to share with you this morning. Why is God trustworthy? We all exercise faith. When you eat anything, you have faith that it's edible and not full of poison. And when you fly, you place faith in the airline to take you to your destination. On payday, you have faith that your employer has enough funds to pay you so that you can pay your bills. The difference between faith and hope is that hope is desire, but faith is belief that becomes action. And you cannot have hope without faith. We exercise faith every day without even questioning or recognizing that we are acting in faith. God requires faith, Hebrews 11:6. Simply put, faith in God is the belief that what God says is true. Doubt and fear are weapons of the enemy because they distort who God is. And faith in God is not an option. Doubt and fear smell like hell. And there's no way that we want doubt and fear to linger in our lives. A mother of young children was coming home from a neighbor one day and she noticed something very curious. She saw her 3 children huddled together and concentrating on something. As she kept getting closer, she suddenly noticed that they had circled 3 young skunks. Yes. As soon as she saw the skunks, the mother screamed, "Run! Quick! Run!" Do you know what happened? Each child picked up a skunk and ran. See, we don't want to continue to hold on to the stink of doubt and fear because God is worthy of us placing our faith in Him. Let's run from doubt and fear. Let's place our faith and exercise our faith in God. Our Creator is pure. He's holy. He's good. He's loving. He's kind. He's powerful. He's faithful and forgives, and He hears, and He pardons, and He restores. He sees, He speaks, and He touches your life. He's our anchor, our burden bearer, our comfort, our confidence, our defender, our encouragement, our Father, our friend, our guide, our help, our hope, our joy, our master, our peace, our protector, our reward, our shelter, our teacher, and so much more, church. The more you see who God is, the more you will exercise faith in Him, and you will find rest. But when you don't see Him, faith becomes more difficult. I can't see Him, so it's hard to have faith in God. But you have to see who God is. You have to see Him. When you do see who He is, you see the beauty of God. Beyond anything, and you will see someone who is greater than all our troubles and all the troubles that the enemy brings. Romans 10:10 says, "It is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you profess your faith and are saved." Church, we walk by faith and not by sight because we trust in the one who is trustworthy. The book of Luke is the faith book. Almost on every page of Luke, the gospel celebrates faith. In fact, Luke records numerous times that Jesus was impressed by faith of people. See, God is not impressed that you're pretty, or that you're tall, or that you're wealthy, or that you're even good. He's impressed by faith in who he is. It thrills the heart of God when you place faith in him, when the enemy tempts you with doubt. God instructed me to preach many years ago who he is from every book of the Bible. I have more work to do to fulfill this calling, but looking back, there are two books in particular that I preach the most from. First is the Gospel of John. This book could be called the book of believe. 99 times in the 21 chapters of the Gospel of John, John uses the word believe. And really the only chapter, the only place where there is no belief, that's right, it's at the cross and the death of Jesus. The second book that I preach most frequently from is the book of Luke. And the book of Luke could be called the book of faith. The book of John, the book of belief. And the book of Luke, the book of faith. This word faith suggests a binding and uniting to belief. So when we exercise faith in God, we're agreeing with what God says. The enemy tempts and says, did God really say? Because faith in God is the one thing that is vital for your very life. Church, I want to stir up belief and faith in who God is, because he is worthy of more than worship. He is worthy of us placing unquestionable faith in him. So it's really important for us, in order to place our faith in him, to know what he says. So I encourage you today to devour the Word of God. Read it. Hear what God says about things. It really doesn't matter what the media says about things. It doesn't even matter about what the government says about things. It doesn't really matter what your enemies or your friends or your family says about things. It's what God says about things that's most important. And how do we know what God says? His Word. His Word is a light unto my pathway. It really is. So I encourage you today to listen, to hear what God says through his Word. And when you do, activate your faith. Activate it. Launch out into the deep with your faith. No matter what you see, no matter what's going around, no matter what's happening in your life, launch out and exercise faith in who God is, the great one, the one who created everything, who loves you, who has everything in control. We don't worry. No way. Not a chance. We don't worry at all, because our faith is in Jesus Christ. I've asked Celeste to play this song for you. A friend of mine, Alvin Slaughter, recorded this beautiful song. And I want you to just let your eyes fall shut and listen deeply to the words of this song. Launch out into the deep. God bless you, Hickory Grove Community Church, and we'll see you soon.